isn't going anytime soon. The Manchester audience was eager to hear.
I'm learning how to manage the British art of queuing.
And the Prime Minister has been waiting too to give this speech. A speech only his election victory has allowed him to make.
I was writing my speech and I was preparing to go and see Her Majesty. And I thought, I'll just go and lie down to let it all sink in. And as I shut my eyes, Ed Balls had gone. And then I woke up, I switched on the radio, and Nigel Farage had gone too. There was a moment I thought I'd died and gone to heaven.
The first serious business, an attempt to end the chatter about when he'll stand down and who'll take his place.
We're only halfway through. And for me, that has a very literal meaning. I'm not going to fight another election as your leader, so I don't have the luxury of unlimited time. And let me tell you, I am in just as much of a hurry as I was 5 years ago.
No hesitation in this striking attack on Jeremy Corbyn, the new Labour leader.
He thinks the death of Osama bin Laden was a tragedy. No. A tragedy is nearly 3,000 people murdered one morning in New York. A tragedy is the mums and dads who never came home from work that day. A tragedy is people jumping from the towers after the planes hit. My friends, we cannot let that man inflict his security-threatening, terrorist-sympathising, Britain-hating ideology on this country we love.
A huge ovation. The moment almost seemed to overwhelm him. This was, his close team said, the speech David Cameron had always wanted to deliver. Now, with a majority, he has the freedom to give, to fix not just the economy, but society too. Better provision for prisoners, children in care, a promise to end discrimination in every form.
Opportunity doesn't mean much to a British Muslim if he walks down the street and is abused for his faith. Opportunity doesn't mean much to a black person constantly stopped and searched by the police because of the colour of their skin. Opportunity doesn't mean much to a gay person rejected for a job because of the person they love. It doesn't mean much to a disabled person prevented from doing what they're good at because of who they are. I'm the dad of 2 daughters. Opportunity won't mean anything to them if they grow up in a country where they get paid less because of their gender rather than how good they are at their work. The point, it's so important, this. I want us, the Conservatives, to end discrimination and finish the fight for real equality in our country today.
You can't imagine a Tory conference applauding equality 10 years ago. You can imagine a very similar speech being delivered by Tony Blair back then. With those reminders of his early, kinder conservatism, there was a promise of affordable homes to buy, inspections of Islamic madrasa schools, and an end to passive tolerance of extremism. A plan for a full 5 years.
A greater Britain, made of greater hope, greater chances, greater security. So let us get out there, all of us, and let's make it happen.
David Cameron is in a strange position. Everyone in this room knows that he won't fight the next election. So this was about showing that he's still in charge and that he still has the ideas that will make that worthwhile. Many of them far from traditional Tory territory.
He was simultaneously incredibly ambitious for Britain, but also understood the problems of people who don't yet feel it's working for them.
Is that rather frustrating for your own ambition?
He was staying for another 5 years.
Is it strange that he had to show he's still in charge?
I think you saw a Prime Minister more than in charge of his country.
Absolutely inspiring. It was absolutely wonderful.
But the Prime Minister's vulnerable on the gap between his rhetoric and the reality of his record, a government that's resolute about making cuts. And his softer approach left some confused.
Theresa May's speech yesterday and what Cameron's saying today don't seem to match at all.
I think it's a privilege to hear David Cameron reclaim some concepts the left's had for a long time.
David Cameron told his party he wants to defy their normal conventions, but he wants to challenge the oldest rule of all. Political careers always end in failure. Could his image be remembered for success? Laura Kunsberg.